Well, so many of us have been inspired by Alice Waters' Edible Schoolyard in California. If you're not aware of it, please go to our website and follow the link. It's very exciting. And know what? It's happening right here in Middle Tennessee, in Nashville, at Bellevue Middle School. Now, we have the Bellevue Edible Learning Lab, and a huge amount of the research in gardening is coming from Charlie Tigert, who started it, Charlie, as an interested grandparent and parent.
I have a daughter that teaches at Bellevue Middle. I have a third grade granddaughter and a kindergartner at Harpeth Valley that will be here in a couple of years. And I wanted to make sure that when they got here that they had an incredible school experience. And after seeing what Alice Waters has done in the Edible Schoolyard, I said we can do that here in our own community. And what you see here today is the product of about 3 years of planning and work to get to this stage.
Well, and you had a wonderful garden plan drawn out, something we all need to start with a 1 acre plot like this. You can't just stick stuff anywhere. So you had a beautiful plan drawn out.
The volunteers that came forward in the community, we did a charrette with a civil engineer team, and we put in the elements that we thought would make sense, the things that would be exciting for kids. The pizza oven, the chicken coop, and certainly the raised beds and the different flower beds and whatnot, all were designed with the kids in mind.
And as we can hear in the background, some fantastic purple martin and other bird houses. I imagine all part of your integrated pest management system out here, and a lot of fun for the kids.
We had no expertise, but what we found, there were interested gardeners and different folks in the community that had ideas and thoughts that could make this garden even better than what the original plan was. So we have listened to them, and the purple martins, the water catchment system, all of these were byproducts of the original plan.
Now you have a wonderful watering system here that I think the kids are probably learning a lot, and again the adults from, which is your water system catching water off of the roof of your little schoolhouse.
Yes, Harpeth Valley Utilities District, which services this part of the county, gave us some barrels and some bins and piping and said, hey, we're willing to help you, and we want certainly to teach water conservation, and during drought conditions in July and August when we need to water the cherry trees and the fruit trees and all the elements, we have the primary system, our water catchment, and then backup from Metro.
And then to add to all your various ecological systems, you have compost bins out here, which I know the kids are learning a lot from.
Yeah, in fact, our English as a second language system here in school had a fall leaf collection drive. So we went out based on the publicity from those kids throughout the community, captured some leaves, brought it in, and that is going into helping enrich our soil.
Okay, well that soil is growing some wonderful plants, and I know the big goal here is for kids and adults alike to be able to have sometimes the very first chance ever to eat really fresh food, maybe even taste it while they're here. So what are some of the things we're nibbling on right now?
Well, certainly our spring crops, our lettuce, our beets, our cantaloupes have come in. We're in the final stages of harvesting those. We're planting our summer crops, our corn, our beans, our tomatoes, etc. So our goal is to have a 24/7, 12-month-a-year type system, hence the greenhouse, and one of our future elements that we think the kids will be also excited about, we hope to raise tilapia here in the garden. Our pizza oven, which is another huge, one thing we learned from Alice Waters, kids love pizza and they love healthy pizza. So one of our goals this fall when the kids come back to school is to have our pizza raised bed, variety of products. So you will come over here as a family on a Friday night and actually pick, prepare, bake your own pizza here in the oven. What better way to bring parents involved in the school system?
Well, what a wonderful, fun thing to do. You'll have the tomato harvest coming in, all these wonderful onions. I see basil out here.
Yes.
Now, you have some, of course, permanent plants as well. You have some perennials, all kinds of fruit that you've put in, a whole orchard and other fruits.
The orchard is huge. That was our first element that we planted, and from a historical standpoint, the orchard was planted on the Friday, literally the 35 fruit trees were planted on the Friday before the Nashville flood. 2/3 of them washed out of their beds, and we had to replant. But you will see now healthy, thriving peach, apple, pear, fig, cherry, pecan trees growing that are a few years away from harvesting.
This is such a beautifully designed garden. You've got this wonderful fence around here to help keep the rabbits out, I'm sure, but you also have this wonderful blackberries and other berries growing on the fence.
Well, we wanted to make sure that we have a whole variety, so blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries are planted on, and we'll have our grapevines growing here shortly and go in that direction also.
Wow. Now, there are some other things here because no garden is complete without flowers.
And that brought a whole new volunteer element in. We have some retirees that have expertise in lilies and irises and various plants. So our goal is to have color year-round, and one of the things we discovered is if we keep our teachers happy over here, things go a lot smoother. So we do two things. Anytime we meet with the faculty, we make sure that we have some type of finger food prepared for them. And also, many mornings, the teachers come to school and found a flower vase with fresh flowers on their desk, compliments of the bell. We want to make sure we're staffed properly and have the budget and the support system to make sure that this is sustainable over the long haul.
Well, key to any school garden is, of course, the students and teachers, and most importantly, having the principal's support. And Dr. Kelly Hargis has been a big part of that as principal at Bellevue Middle School.
Thank you very much. We've been very proud to host this 1-acre garden in the back corner of our property. Charlie Tigert and the Community Foundation brought that together for us and provided us a fantastic opportunity for our children to learn hands-on as it relates to our mathematics, our science. We have our school counseling program, which takes students out there, and students who have difficulty even with socializing, with anger management, and all those kinds of personal social issues that children face today. It's amazing when they get their hands in that dirt or pull the weeds, how that can symbolize the pulling of issues that maybe they've faced in their lives, and it's so fantastically refreshing and freeing for many of our children, all the way from advanced achievers to those students who do suffer from some emotional and past history that really clouds their learning. So we're very excited to have it here at Bellevue.
Well, we're used to in the classroom having books to learn from, and now the teachers have a wonderful learning laboratory right outside. So how are the teachers feeling about this great opportunity?
The teachers feel fantastic about it. When we first brought it, I must say they were a little trepidatious and a little intimidated by the garden because, you know, they had been trained, of course, in how to handle a traditional classroom with textbooks and etc. And then just them having to expand their own knowledge of how to teach using real product and you know, vegetables and flowers, and let's look at life science in this way where you really are hands-on, knees dirty in it, exposing things and examining things. They were trepidatious at first, but now they're very excited and they're willing to continue working to get better and better at how to use this to improve the achievement of our students.
Well, Dr. Hargis, you have certainly developed a wonderful program here with a fantastic schoolyard for everybody. You've pulled in the community, you've pulled in the students, and I wish you the best of luck with this endeavor.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being here. We're very proud of this, but we could not have done it without the support of our community sponsors. Thank you.